Now, in regards to the WAP, okay, I've said this. No matter how good your box is, there's gonna be other women that the guy that you're with, if he has access to those women, he's gonna take full advantage of that. Offset's still, considered a relatively young guy. So do you really think that he's going to just stop dealing with other women?
Dat WAP about to take Offset to the cleaners, LMAO.
You know what?
Rolling on the floor,
Yeah,
watching bikini
she,
fish sweat droplets balance scale.
yeah, Cardi's definitely she's going for the bag. I honestly believe her not doing shows is hurting her. Okay? Not doing appearances. A lot of those artists make money from being on the road. And I believe financially she has been hit hard with the CV. And just her going after him for child support is very telling. Is very telling. You would think that she's just as successful, if not more, right? You had all these people saying she got just as much money as him and all that. But if that was true, then why is she going after him for child support? You don't think that Offset can take care of the young one they have together? It's as if she doesn't care. She's just going after him for what she can go after him for. That's what it's looking like. Maybe there's some bitterness there. I said in the video I think dude was withholding money from her. Because this seems like a bit of a desperate move. Like out of the blue, you're divorcing this guy. It's almost, I don't know if it, some people are saying the Candace Owens thing may have triggered something. Maybe she's trying to get, she's trying to play interference. I don't know.
Some women like the perks and status that come with marriage but don't want to sacrifice and put in the work to make a marriage work.
Yes, I do. And that's why these relationships end quickly so much. Why do y'all think people that y'all know, okay, whether it be friends or family members, those relationships they engage in end very quickly? They don't last very long. They don't last very long. They be on Facebook, Instagram, taking selfies with the new guy, then 2-3 weeks later they're single again, and you like, well, damn, what happened? And the easy answer is to say, well, the guy was cheating. That's a very easy answer when the WAP ain't keeping them home no more. Okay? Because trust and believe, there are other women with just as good, if not better, WAP than you. I think that's the delusion, man. Like, you think because you got him to marry you that means that you're special. I think Offset made a business move. Offset made a business move. He saw it as an opportunity to help himself. And maybe it hasn't gone quite that way, so he's just cutting his losses. Or she's cutting her losses. Because he's contesting this. Because again, we as men, we're not quick to file divorces. We're not quick to file divorces. So he was willing to stick with it, I think, for the sake of public perception. But I believe with her filing, she's probably been asking him to go through with it as well, and he has refused to. She's wanted out of this since, I believe, the beginning of the quarantine. Since the beginning of the quarantine, I believe Cardi's been wanting out of this situation. And you can tell. You can tell. It just seems like she's been on social media a lot more than normal. It's like that's what she's doing now. That's filling that void.
If she was worried about the Candace Owens situation, then this is digging her grave deeper than it already is.
Appreciate that, Leno. It is very, the timing of this is very interesting. Like the timing of it. I believe she thinks people are making fun of her, and she, is just her team putting this out here wouldn't surprise me. They said we got to get people off this Candace Owens shit. Let's go ahead and put this news out here. You ain't with him anyway. They might not go fully through with it, but to file paperwork, that's That's a lot of effort to go file paperwork. That means that you're willing to go to court.
Like you've been saying from time, the quarantine is exposing the true nature of celebrity marriages and non-celebrity marriages.
Appreciate that, Abby. Yeah, like I said in the video today, man, when people are around each other too much, it's going to make or break that relationship, because when they're used to not being around each other as much, they can get along better. It's a better situation, right? But what you notice that when these people are around each other more and more and more and more, they begin to not like each other. I mean, this quarantine has claimed a lot of marriages and relationships. This has been the spring and summer of divorces. Some people, divorces are more quiet than others. Y'all have seen the videos that I've made. There's been some other divorces I haven't really covered. It's just that people, when these guys are around each other more, they begin to dislike each other more and say, you know what, I can't do this. We need to go our separate ways. It was good, but we need to go our separate ways. Now, I said something in the video, and people are probably going to scoff at it. They're going to say, Jay, you don't know what you're talking about. I truly believe that Cardi financially is not in the best place. And I think Offset has been withholding certain funds, and she might have been threatening to divorce him over it, because again, they're living separately. And I do think that money could have been one of the major factors for her filing paperwork. That could have been a major factor, because you don't just rush and go do this. Not rush, but you don't go and do something like this unless there's some bitterness.
Maybe Blueface was right all along about her WAP. It's dang.
Reset that, Carl. Blueface might have been right. Blueface might have been right. What's good, sir? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Blueface might have had a point. What's good, Andrew? Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. Bollywood stars almost on the PR team. This could be a huge publicity stunt. But I do think that this money is what was the final straw. Because Offset been messing with other women. You think she care? You think she care he dealing with other women? She don't care. She's fighting the women that he was getting with. The one driving force of a lot of these divorces a lot of times is money. It's money. It's money. And again, she ain't on the road. She ain't doing appearances. She ain't touring. And that's a financial hit that these artists are taking. This is why you seeing them all over social media trying to be activists. They're out here promoting brands even more. They doing these versus battles to get paid. Let's just be real. Now, some of these versus battles have been very good. I'm not saying it was. I think it started off with the right intentions, but now it's become very corporatized. I mean, look at the Brandy Monica versus battle. Like they promoting brands. And they're doing that for money. They're not out there. They can't go out there and do what they've been doing to get paid. So they're doing these versus battles and other things. They're trying to be faux activists. Doing all these interviews. All of a sudden, all these people are sports analysts. All these people are political analysts all of a sudden. All over the place. As if we really want to hear what they have to say. And again, we look at her PR-wise. I think what happened with Candace Owens could have helped her and her team put this out. Shout out to Illa Dre. Because again, Cardi does not like people disliking her, speaking against her, you know.
Cardi B ain't wifey material.
That want wasn't good enough. That want wasn't good enough. You got the PR team, you know, trying to rebound after the Candace Owens back and forth. Then you got the situation where, again, she's not out making money the way she was. You live in an extravagant lifestyle. You know, you don't know what your expenses are. You looking at Offset like, way more, you know, where the money at? And he's, you know. There's some things that could be going on in these situations, man. Because, again, Cardi B likes to brag about being married. She likes to brag about how she has that advantage over other women. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, but she got a ring. So why out the blue would you divorce this guy unless it's a PR situation or it's a money situation? Because it's funny how she wants primary custody plus child support. It's like, what? Aren't you making more money than Offset? Or just as much? Why are you looking for child support? Because maybe the money ain't as right as people think. I mean, it's a lot of blogs that need to be paid off. There are people who literally will not make videos about Cardi B. They won't say anything about her. You got blogs that are afraid to say anything about her. I think she feels like her back is against the wall, and she wants to change things up a bit, because that's what this could be. Because she probably is looking at like everybody's against her, like what can I do? And then you announce that you're separating from the same guy that you were just bragging about in a song, that you don't cook, you don't clean, but you got a ring.
You just did a song about showing how you got a ring, but you're not keeping the ring. Maybe he got tired sleeping of it.
Appreciate that, Andrew. I think he did. That's why they was living separate. That's the one thing that people are looking. They say, oh, well, she left him. Okay, but they were separated from each other. They were living separately. They were living separately. According to the articles I read, they were living separately. They weren't together like that. He doing him, she's doing her, whatever she's doing. Offset married her for business purposes. That's it. He was willing to put a ring on it. He felt like he had nothing to lose. A couple of years ago, you would have thought that, oh, well, you know, she's going to be making more money than him. If they break up, then he's going to be able to get support from her. But she's flipping the script and trying to get support from him. Something about that's a little off. Because Offset is having his own financial situation with Quality Control. He's trying to get money from them.
I am surprised the marriage ain't been ended.
Appreciate that, Dro. Actually, the relationship has been ended for months since, I believe, the start of the quarantine, which was in March, April. I think they've been separated for at least over the summer. Shout out to Andrew Augustus again. So you know that Offset is going through these financial situations with his label, right? But then you want to go after him for child support? Does that seem right? Like, does that seem right? So is she financially more hurt than he is? That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all heard about Ray J divorce thing. I was thinking whether or not to do a video on that. I'm not sure. I've done a couple videos about Ray J already. I think that was strategic on his end. I think he just wanted to wait for the right moment. You got Cardi B looking for money from Offset. They're going to look at her financial records. They're going to look at his. It's obvious she don't know what he's making financially, which is probably why she's asking for support, because I don't think Offset was telling her 100% about his money situation. So Cardi may be broke. Cardi may be broke. Cardi B may literally be out here broke. Because how else can you go from, you're on the trajectory of making more money than Offset, being more successful than him, to you're asking him for child support? These artists are struggling, man. I hope people understand that these artists make a lot of money touring. This is why you have artists that tour almost year round, because that's how they make money. They don't make money through, their label. They make money on the road, doing appearances at clubs. At least that's what the reality show people do. And now they can't do that anymore, or at least not right now. It ain't no tell. I mean, some of them are making club appearances here and there, but they're not doing tours. And this whole situation is really showing who lives beyond their means and who doesn't. By the way, for Ray J might change his mind. Yeah, Ray J may definitely change his mind.
They needed something else to talk about after Cardi B got body slammed by Candace Owens. That's ridiculous but brilliant.
Appreciate that, man. This could be PR. This could be very much so PR. Very much so could be PR. But I would like to see if they're going to leak those financial records. Because Offset is going to fight this tooth and nail. He does not want to pay her child support. I just want to know, are they going to leak those financial reports and we see how much money Cardi B has?
Show money drying up, them bills gotta get paid.